All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video of my streaming setup. I've had people ask me how I have it all set up, and I figured I might as well. I've got it kind of set up how I think it's going to stay primarily. I've done a few movings arounds of things and just wasn't sure how I wanted to keep it. So, but we're now at a point that I think I like it how it is, and I'm going to keep it how it is until I decide I'm tired of how it is and decide to change it again. So on the screen we have my two main monitors. They are a LG ultra wide IPS panel. That's the screen that I use for chat or Discord or basically anything that isn't the game. And then right to the right of that is a Asus Tough Gaming something or other. Their branding is lackluster, but it is what it is, and it's a good monitor. It's a 144 hertz 1080p panel. It's also an IPS panel. I have a running trend. All of my monitors are IPS panels. I like the colors of the IPS panel. It just pops more. You know what I mean? Um, then we have the third monitor, which is hooked up to our capture rig. So that really doesn't show anything other than what's happening on the second machine. That is also an Asus monitor. It's made for I think photo editing and stuff like that. It's got some fancy branding on it. I paid like $75 for it from a friend down in Pennsylvania. Um, it's bigger than the other two screens, very top heavy, but it works for what I need it for. Eventually, I'll get monitors that all, you know, coincide size wise, and yeah, eventually. Um, they're, I mean, they work for what they, uh, what their purpose is. And then here we have my gaming tower. I have it open just so that there's no reflections on screen. I have my little Star Wars pop figures in there. No, it's not a theme, but you know, I like it. So yeah. Um, the motherboard is, as you can see, an Asus Tough Gaming. Um, it's the X570 plus Wi-Fi. The CPU in there is the Ryzen 5800X. Really good CPU. Cooling it is a Noctua NHD15. The RAM is the Thermaltake Tough One Z RGB RAM. Um, Case fans are not the normal Lee Mesh 2 case fans. I replaced those and put the Lee Unifan SL120s RGB in there. They work really good. They're really good fans. Saves on cabling and wiring. Um, I really like them. If we looked lower in the tower, that a Gigabyte NVIDIA 2070 Super. Um, it's a good card. I regret buying it, but it is what it is. I have it now. I'm stuck with it, especially with the GPU shortage. Power supply is the NZXT C850. 850 watt power supply. Powers all my gear just fine with plenty of overhead. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you don't need such a big power supply." I don't really care. um, Keyboard, Steel Series. The Apex 7 10 key. I use the 10 keys a lot, so I keep my 10 key. Behind that is the beautiful tablet. So I use that also to watch chat. If I'm playing like Warzone or racing or whatever, and I can't look at the ultra wide to look at chat, I have chat right in front of me. I can quickly glance down and see what's going on in the chat. Um, It's very handy for that. That's pretty much all I use it for. I know I have my Stream Manager pulled up on it, but I don't really use any of the buttons there. I have my Stream Deck that I can run like ads or whatever through my Stream Deck, and we'll get to that shortly. Um, SteelSeries is great. You'll notice a running trend. I have a SteelSeries QCK RGB mousepad. It's reversible. I can switch for the soft like what you call that cloth side, or I can use a hard surface version. I personally like the hard surface version. It works really good with the SteelSeries Rival 600 that you see on the screen. I've had this mouse for quite a while, and I absolutely love this mouse. Would not buy another one. But if this one breaks, I'll probably buy another one of these. I'll be getting a nice LTT store desk pad soon. So the camera's a little out of focus, but this is my audio setup. I have the um, Rode Pod mic, and as you saw my hand on this camera there, I'm turning it. Attached to the microphone is the Triton Fethead. It's a inline cloud lifter. Works really good with this mic because this isn't a powered microphone. So basically, it allows me to make it a powered microphone and just give it a better noise floor. So I can talk a little bit quieter, but still be heard. I don't have to mess with the gain as much. Less chance of peaking the microphone and just terrible sounds. That is connected um, to the Scarlet Solo 2i2 third gen. The way I have this configured is it goes to the gaming rig, um, and then my direct monitor, instead of hearing myself in my headset, my direct monitor actually outputs down to the capture rig, into the line in on the back of the capture rig. So you're hearing me through that microphone, um, just through the direct monitor instead of me hearing myself. That stops me from having the need of using voice meter, banana, and all of that extra nonsense that gives people headaches, because that's what voice meter does. It's a great program for free, but it is a giant headache. I zoomed in a little bit so you can see I have it running on 48 volt phantom power to power the FET to lower the noise floor, make cleaner audio. Um, I don't really adjust the knobs for gain or anything anymore on there. Eventually, I have to do a little tinkering just to get it just right. There was some audio issues over the last couple of days since I rearranged everything, so still trying to bring it in, get the mic into the correct position. Um, but yeah, it works pretty well. Here we have the headset that I'm currently wearing. Has a microphone. It's the Sennheiser Game Ones. Great headset. Absolutely love it. I used to just use that and the microphone built into it. I never had the XLR mic, uh, but I wanted a better audio experience. So I still use the headset because I like the feeling of it. It's comfortable. It has great quality drivers in it. The sound comes out very crisp, very clean. Um, I can hear everything that I need to hear, and things that I don't need to hear, I don't care if I don't, I don't care because I don't hear them. They're open back headphones, so I can hear what's going on around me as well as still hear everything that's in the game. Sometimes it's a downside because then it gets picked up in the microphone, and we all know how that happens. Here is the Stream Deck. Like I was saying, I have the Elgato Stream Deck. It's just the standard one. I can set up pages. I think I actually have it accidentally set up second page. I don't use it. I used to have a whole bunch of things on here, like audio clips and stuff like that for um, stream and whatnot. But um, the way I was using it stopped working. I used to feed the audio clips through a software on my capture rig, which would then, or when I was doing solo PC, so I used to feed everything through the microphone through a program to feed those little audio clips into game. So like death comms and whatnot. I could probably do it now, but I'm too lazy to try and figure out how to do it with the dual PCs and still hear it myself. That's one problem that I have is the dual PCs. I don't hear things that happen on the streaming machine. So like if somebody activates a sound thing or whatever, I don't hear it. Maybe I will now. I don't know. I've rearranged the audio. It used to be direct monitor, is what I heard, or is what went into the gaming machine. And then the main mic was on the capture rig. So we'll see if changing that around makes it so I can hear certain things that I couldn't hear before, because they just wouldn't feed through my headphones. But I have this set up to start and end the stream. So right now it says start, which means I'm not streaming. When I click that, it'll automatically start, change over to my starting screen for the stream, and then the live button when I'm ready to be live and playing. I just push that, switches all my scenes. There switches over to my live scene. BRB, obviously BRB. Talking is the screen that I'm using right now. And then I have my add button and a mic mute. That's all I really have on there. That's all I really need right now. Eventually, I'll figure out other things, other uses for the buttons, but keep it simple. You know what I mean? The next part of this, I believe, is yes. There's the camera. That is the Logitech C920S streamer, friendly 1080p camera. I use that coupled with VCam to give you the green screen effect that I have going on right now. I basically just remove the background entirely and it works great. I don't have too many issues. My microphone is right here. It is blocking it out. I originally was using this to make the microphone be seen because it did for a while make it so that the microphone was seen, but I don't think it's going to pick it up in this lighting regardless. So then we have my hand trying to block out certain things. So here is the capture rig. This was an old system that I had. It's an Intel i5 4460 with 16 gigs of RAM, NVIDIA 750 Ti, some cheap shit case that I paid like $15 for, and then the Elgato HD60 Pro. This is what captures all the video and outputs it to the stream. It's running like a 250 gig solid state drive. The keyboard is on top of the desk, on top of the tower, because I really don't need it. I just really need the mouse. I do all of my stream titles, setup, and everything over on the ultra wide on the main gaming computer. It's just easier. So that is a look at all of that. The lighting, the lighting that I use for my computer, everything is synced. All of my RGB, the strip that goes up the back of the table, up the wall into the tower, the fans, the RAM sticks, the keyboard, the mouse pad. They're all linked and run through Signal RGB. If you haven't heard of that, definitely check it out if you have RGB and you want it all synced up. And then I use that to sync it to the colors that are happening on my screen currently. So right now everything is blue because it's all blue on screen. It's really nice for setting a scene, like if I'm playing Call of Duty or whatever, or anything that's happening on screen, it lights up my RGB and I can see cool things. Just some flashing stuff with like grenades and whatnot. I don't pay attention close enough to really notice when it changes, if there's a grenade nearby or whatever, but it is what it is. It looks nice, and that's really all that matters. So that's a little look at my streaming setup and how I have it all set up. I think that about covers it. Yeah, it's not bad for what it is, and I enjoy it. I use it a lot, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.